Falcons are out this week on a little vacation. And so, yeah, he's asked me if I would just play the CPU, which sucks, but the show must go on. Quick second before we get started here. Mic adjustment there. Make that a little better. There. Squeaky chair I got. Alright, let's see how this goes. Probably not well. Peter is a monster. I haven't even looked at the sliders. We talked about adjusting them. And yeah, I don't know that we did. Since we figured out that's backwards, we need to change that. I think everything else is going to stay the same. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Oh, wait, I got to put him on CPU. Why can't owners just take care of their own stuff? Heartbreaker being a commissioner, I guess. It's been a crazy early season so far. Started out with a big win against the Giants, hard-fought battle. Then I was up on the Bucks and threw the game away. 3 interceptions. He and I battled. Went into overtime. I had the game-winning field goal and didn't manage the clock right and got frozen. Like he froze my kicker. I mean, he didn't. The game did. And I didn't save my timeout like I should have. And I missed the field goal. So I am 1-0-1. And now a stupid CPU game against the Falcons, which is gonna be terrible. I think he's gone for 2 weeks, 2 advances. No, that's not what I want to do. Pressing buttons too fast. All right. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna go color rush. So the Seahawks have been on auto because he's on vacation as well, and I think he's 2 or 3-0. Like he's either 2-0 or 3-0. He's just like blowing people out with the CPU. This makes me really nervous that this is going to be frustrating and not fun. So we'll see. I'm still struggling this year getting a pass rush. I think I have 2 sacks total. But I am getting interceptions, which is a good thing. And Breeze is playing well. He had a tough game last game, but it was me. I got frustrated and started making dumb decisions.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach.
I hate the CPU just because you guys skip
Coach,
so much
first opened
stuff.
back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Today,
here we go.
week 3, and we've got a good one in store. Between
The kick meter is also different in the CPU game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
All right.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick of the 2008 draft.
No. That's what I want. Play the ball. Depth chart. No back. Wrong. Tackling conservative. You gotta think so fast when you play the computer.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Oh my God, do I have to
Well, we
skip
just saw a
every
great
play?
example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper.
Why was that play not stopped by the cornerback who's playing the short zone, who should have just ate up a post out?
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Ryan. Gonna throw deep for the ends, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
That sucked.
Julio Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
So hard to play.
This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy.
Play the CPU, unlike you have to play a human, because it's just two completely different things.
That touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies.
I give my rookie a start this week, just because it's a CPU game, so
wind in there.
Yeah, that's
might as well give him a shot and see what he can do. He's played really, really well. Oh, crap.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Breeze. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice.
There we go.
But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is
Those
that
are
he
the
doesn't
plays that I
possess the
don't
eye
understand.
discipline
It's
to be
like
an elite linebacker.
cover
What
4,
that
but
means
he
is his
blew up
ability
a
to
power
read,
O,
react,
which
and make a
actually
play.
should
But
be
on
like
that one,
really
he
successful
looked
against
like
that
one of
play.
those guys.
I don't know.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On second down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Get up!
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
There you go, Rook. There you go, Rook.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return.
Oh, come on. Don't be my rookie.
We'll step aside and be right
back.
Oh,
come
so from the 39
on.
now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Hey, kill!
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up
come
because what they're
on,
hoping,
man.
those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and
God,
open up a
sucks.
crease
I mean,
that
I
they
like
can
my-
run through. Didn't happen on that
I like
play.
my receivers. I think I'll be fine, but God, this sucks. He's a rookie. It's his first start.
On second down, here's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Easy.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run it with Kamara. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped by
Oh, man. It was a tough one.
That's going to go
Thought I
as a
could get
loss
to
of 2, and it'll be second
the movement
down.
would give me a hole right there on the right
got
side.
shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can...
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. He's going to get it running right.
There we go.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking.
So far, nothing crazy.
On that play. End result, touchdown.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met quickly in the
job,
backfield.
defense.
Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He completes it to Bryant.
Oh, there's no way he
Pick up
caught
the
that.
24 on the third
Did he
down
really
conversion.
I gotta challenge it. There's no way he caught that.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient. What a good play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Oh, I don't know how.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He spins free. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
He actually helped me.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah.
A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
Here's Breeze. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for 2nd down.
So frustrating.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Another cover 4.
45, they'll spot it.
No, cover 2. Sorry.
6 yards is the
favorite
pickup,
play.
and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully
It's going to be
complete
a
that
cover
one.
4, I'm pretty sure.
Now Breeze on 3rd
Oh, come on,
down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there.
how does the running back not slide over and make that block?
Man, he got
This
in
is
there so
Madden
quickly, Charles.
19.
What
I
could
don't
the offense have
understand it.
done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you
Come
change
on,
the
Madden.
blocking
Fix your
schemes.
game, bro.
Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
His
That's
first run,
ridiculous.
45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken at about the 16. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, He was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of gas.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Ryan now off the bootleg. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing again, Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play.
Well,
we're back to Atlanta.
here we go.
Right after this timeout.
See what we can
You
do.
that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing now is Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
How is that not pass
And
interference?
his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a
Unbelievable.
whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the
We
execution
get another
of that
chance to get this
defense
right.
there. The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on.
Unbelievable, man. I can't.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game?
The computer is so unfun to play.
Pick up first downs. So far,
how does
3 on 3rd down? If that continues,
how does a guy with, you know, low 90s accuracy throw one that far off?
48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd and short.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. So we got 3-1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Oh, my God.
Signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
All right.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
It's like the computer just knows
the clock will stop with 18
perfect play to call every
half.
single time. Quite frustrating.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Breeze. Got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Well, Fitzgerald's back. Ooh, he almost took that one.
They'll start at the 32-yard
I'm glad he's back. I hope he doesn't get hurt again.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
I'm going to lose my mind if that was a cover 4. How,
as usual, the hallmark of a good run defense.
How does the entire defensive line break through on a cover 4?
Stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Camaro. They find some open field here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Saints on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now Breeze.
Unbelievable.
And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
You knew what was coming, you seen it coming, and I still can't get rid of the ball.
You would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break through and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Pick it off. Oh, my God. Help me out of here.
They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first.
Golly.
And it's 3rd down now.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Ryan. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to run with Freeman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They'll give it to him up the middle.
Good play, Davenport.
Finding a lane, he barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse.
Yes.
And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And
there you go, Hill. He's ran really good for me this year.
33-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes
terrible,
as a
man.
gain of 8 that moves the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, Scott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Get set, get set, get set.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete
He
there.
dropped
A
it.
nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run it again with Kamara. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Breeze to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Breeze now on first down. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Now Breeze again. And that's caught by Smith.
Holding.
Holding. Offense.
So a decent gain,
Still
but all
third
for
down.
naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Breeze to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice
Why
catch.
can't I get a
Instead
break?
brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone.
These are the
Eventually that
right
becomes man on
reads,
man.
man.
And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And now running right through it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Hill shedding the tackle, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jeremy Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see.
Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Return team.
So that will push him back.
Down.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Oh my gosh, what
His
is it?
throw incomplete. Austin Hooper,
Why did he
tight
even
end,
make the
was intended
play?
target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Come on,
A
man.
little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they?
Right,
Just
let's run
down the
this one
score,
out.
they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Easy.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Go get
He's
it.
going to go for a big play.
Oh, come
And
on.
both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's
That's the
definitely
right
contact there, but it's the
call.
fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
Nope.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember,
It's the
Charles, he had
same old,
3
same
last
old.
week.
I hate playing the computer.
He vowed to
I
take
hate
that
it.
number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s, I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball, and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at about the 31. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Picking on that boy now.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Come
and he'll be
on.
brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. He gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
This sucks.
On 2nd down now. Hill. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Cover 2, cover 4, cover 2, cover 4, cover 2, cover 4, cover 2, cover 4.
Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And it's the Lions who have scored to extend their lead. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan.
Yes. Kneel down. Kneel down. Yes.
Snags it for a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Falcons, my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Get this game over.
I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football.
I can't end this game.
Offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Breeze to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
Here we go. Game over. Thank you.
Past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze is looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw, Breeze. And it's a short one here. Complete.
There we go. Now it's game over.
And
I can just
near the 45, they'll spot
kneel this one out.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense
This is
calling
so
a timeout
unenjoyable
here.
to play.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after
There's
giving
nothing
up the
fun
first
about it.
down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And they take a knee. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
I will take a win against the computer any day.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted.
At least I got 3 user picks. That was fun.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
2-0-1.
So for New Orleans, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year.
Not pretty, though.
And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Really? They messed up the one touchdown I had. Boy, they didn't record a whole lot, did they? Why are all my plays jacked up? Yuck. 3 interceptions. Not good. Lots of interceptions. Alright, see you later, guys.